Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully, this is working. Um, oh, we're in a different one, CD Nelson? Just, stupid, yeah, I don't know what was up with the whole thing. Why it was all locating forever. I had to dump off of, Instagram and, dumped, Facebook and all that, so, but, I think I still have the other one open, so I'll scroll up and see who was the first. Johnny Three Bar was the first in the chat there, so just a shout out to Johnny Three Bar. So, but CD Nelson was the first one in the new one, and everybody starts to stroll in. Hey, TSA, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Jim, what's up, brother? Hope all is well. Thanks, Random. Appreciate you chucking that link in there. Hopefully, people start to follow their way in, or instead they're going to the Fret Knot. But you can watch them any other time. It's a premiere anyway, so it's not like it gets you any extra chances of winning in there. So, and we might be giving away something tonight here anyway. So, thank you for popping in over here, Steve Gunner. What's up, man? Good to see you. 2 yards in the house. I appreciate that, man. You're the ultimate tech support. I should have called you in. David, what's happening? Yo, what's up, CG Sereno? There he is, Tim the Tooth. What's up, man? Michael Kraus in the house. What's up, brother? Robbie F, good to see you. Warheart Art still working. 10 hours. Man, crushing it. Alrighty. Well, yeah, no, this is my first TED problems stream problem. So, Jade, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Jay Sound, what's up, brother? Hope all's well. So Tone, yeah, I saw that. Saw the thumbnail, and then I saw Rob Chapman next to it. I was like, um, start off with just the usual. Oh, thank you so much, man. That puts us so much closer to oh this $81 away. Now that's minus $7, so $74 away from last week's contributors. Thank you so much, CD Nelson times two, David the Ubi 13 Souls, BCG 5150, Cassidy Guitar, Casey Lee, Robert Cron, and Roy Gaber times two. So we're that much closer to getting the West Creek out of here. And got some exciting news on the next one because I made a command decision. It's going to take a little while though, but some of you already have a spoiler on it. And then for our wonderful Patreons, Brant Yeager, Casey Lee, David Chesnoff, Robert Cron, The Ubi, Sam Witzel, Tim the Tooth, Marsha T, 13 Souls, Chris Jameson, Chris Nelson, David Leslie, DJ Mystique Gaming, Rob F, Steve Gunner, Tom F, Marcel LeBlanc, Silent Union, Timothy Lewis, Keith Melendez, and our newest, Vinny's World. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Really helps the channel out tremendously. And yeah, so for any of you that do not attend a live stream that's on Saturdays, you probably didn't hear. But the next super chat, super thanks, yada 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 guitar is already been picked. It's on its way and it'll be here Friday. It's green. Looks like a guitar that we've had here before. It's also been featured on another channel, but not in this current form. We're getting a Scarred Reaper to give away. So that's gonna take a little while because I think it was 7:30 all in, but I figured it was, they come and they go pretty quickly. I figured it'd be a really really good one. Normally we try to leave it to like a $300 limit, but I think this would be a really awesome thing for one of you to hopefully. And I'm gonna go over and check out the fret knot page right now, and I'm going to disqualify all these people. I'm going to take a screenshot right now, and if you're there, then you're disqualified. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter. I said before, nobody owns the internet, so if they want to have a premiere on Wednesday night, and this is a good time to do it because many of you probably don't even care about the subject tonight, but hopefully I make it somewhat entertaining. I have some things keyed up, and if anybody has any questions, I could try to answer. But I'm not sure why this ain't working tonight. The hearing the cha-chings, but Eddie Fisher, thank you so much.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed. I have one gear. Go.
I appreciate that so much. Yeah, so I'm sorry if I miss any super chats or anything like tonight. For whatever reason, it's not ringing on my end. But Greasy Monkey, what's up? What's going on? Everybody's fine and good. 2 yards. I don't know if I said hello before or in the other chat, but appreciate you coming. Tom F in the house. Mitch Heyman, what's up, brother? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, so I I was kind of contemplating, and it's good. I mean, for the Patreons, because the Patreon guitar people are still involved in any giveaway possible, so they don't even have to be here for it. But I just saw it and had to go for it. So hopefully you all don't mind. It might take a little bit longer, but maybe we might even do that like once a year for the giveaways. Maybe we'll do like a little bit higher one for everybody to be in. Robert Crown, really good to see you. Because you're 2 yards, man. I mean, natural. Congrats on the. Yeah, thank you so much. That was really, really quite the score. I couldn't let that one go. Oh, nice, Tom. Well, hopefully, get some out of it. Not replay. Um, Probably where's the eye patch? That's actually supposed to be a an editor's monocle or whatever they call them. So, hey, Johnny B, what's up, brother? So yeah, so that's the news on that one. Um, Normally, this is the off-topic type thing where we do because you got the Ben Coombs Water Buffalo meeting going on. Some of you might be in there at the same time. I figure this is a good way just to have. The original intention was to have the live stream end after an hour, kind of like how Dylan Talks Tone does it, and then we were supposed to do something like this or whatever. And now, yeah, I just can't do it that way. So, but And the government's always stayed for the. Thank you, man.
My success rate is 100%. Do the math. I'm dealing with fools and trolls.
So, I don't know how well this is gonna work tonight. Um, so let me make a clean slate on this one over here. So when we start doing stuff, so first we'll cop into some of the questions that we have tonight. Yeah, I saw Ben in your chat. Hate when Dylan goes off the. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's, yeah. I still hang around, but I may start like editing or something like that, or that's actually where I may actually try to practice guitar if I can. But so what was I doing? Yeah, and I gotta add the screen again. So I think the imaging on the screen doesn't have audio, but can you all still hear me now? I know it's gonna be like a total Inception thing going on too, but because this is the only way that I can kind of do what we're doing tonight. All right, cool. So some of this might be like really crazy editing type stuff, and hopefully you guys could still see this. 'Cause I can't tell myself if you can or not. So let's see. How do we get this? So I've opened up this the clip here, and I wanted to show you all how I do the green screening thing. And this might be like the advanced thing to start off with, but so if you make it bigger, so actually the best thing to do is to show you what it looks like beforehand. So this is it without anything whatsoever. So obviously the screen's bigger. If I were to crop it, so you can crop out as much as you can. Like that. And it's kind of tough to get to the right here because I do move a little bit on the right. So I left it like this, and then I'll show you how I get rid of that. So a lot of this pertains to Final Cut Pro. But the green screening and I think like that can work on other platforms too. When you want to add to get the green screen effect, you just go over here to the effects over here, and then if you just type in the search green screen keyer or green, it comes up here. But so this effect right here takes away the green screen. So you just apply it, and it gets rid of anything that's in the green. And then there's a feather option here, or the strength, I think it is. You got to mess around with that a little bit, and that gets rid of the green like halo that's around that. To get rid of this part over here, if I had left enough room, if I was on the green screen enough, I would have been able to just crop the right side of it. So that's like kind of like my fault. So like, see, I can do that, but when I start moving and talking in it, if I have it cropped, I would look like that. So they have another tool, and to actually highlight it more, I'll show you. You can see my Line 6 Helix in there. Actually, I can even just open this all up. I think, I don't know. There's another tool called Magnetic Mask, and that's why I really highly suggest it. Is Final Cut Pro is so awesome. This thing, all you do is, I'm not going to drag it on here. I'll show you later on a different thing. We're actually going to do a little bit of a split screen thing without a green screen. Um, and I know you probably can't hear the voice right now, but you would drag it onto here, and I'll show you later. But so this is what the magnetic mask does. So see all this other junk that's right here? It'll make it disappear because the magnetic mask will you drop it on top of the object that you want to cut out, and it will. So now I could take myself and I could put myself anywhere. I could move myself like this, put myself anywhere in the shot whatsoever. And that's actually what I did with. Obviously, I wasn't, you know, didn't duplicate myself any which way. All I did was kneel in the same spot as. I don't even know. I should probably name these people or whatever, but take away the magnetic mask and the green square. So I was kneeling in the same spot here on this one. As I was this one over here. And see how I cropped out as much as possible. So magnetic mask, if you're doing big projects, is really, really tough because it actually has to analyze and you'll see in a little bit because we're going to use it, but it actually has to analyze the thing. So if you're doing a really long project, it's better if you could do a green screen because that chroma key thing does a great job. The only problem is with green screening is that if you are wearing something green, it'll pop it out. I think it also affects the blue a little bit too. So you have to watch the colors that you're wearing. So, but then you just stack everything on top of the image that I have here, and that's pretty much it. That's it for the whole green screening thing. So I'm gonna head back on over, get rid of the Inception thing for a bit. Probably jump back in the chat for a little bit, but yeah, we'll also have some questions too from the in the Patreon. So this is probably where I'm getting backed up even more. But oh, Dave, thank you so much.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Yo, Roy, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I don't know if you were here for the announcement. Oh, you were in the Sean's live stream anyway. You were using my credit card, so you know about the Reaper. Chrome key. I think if you can use green and blue, and I don't know if blue is better or not, but the key to also green screening is to have as much light on the background and the subject itself to kind of delineate between. Magnetic mask is great too, but also the background has to be different. So that's why sometimes you'll see that like I get the little bit of a this thing going on with my head because I'm usually doing it up against the background. If I got a darker wood, it might have actually been contrasting enough that it would have it would be easier. So, but if you do it like up against the wall and do things like that, the magnetic mask it's definitely its way, and that's free. the magnetic mask and the greens and keyboard and stuff like that in Final Cut Pro. I know it's pretty hefty, the price tag on it, but try it out. You get a 90-day trial on it, and it's works out to, you know, that if you want to upgrade it, you don't have to like reinstall anything. So if you've been doing any work, you won't lose any work. So, yo, what's up, Ashley? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you popping in. And I do apologize. This is boring for you guys. Chat up about guitar stuff for all you want, but yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe I'll be more successful with the channel like that than my channel here. So, one of your subs is trolling me. Who's that? You got to put them in their place. Yep, exactly. Good lighting is important for the green screen. Cool. So, one of the first questions was, so it could have been guitar related or not guitar related, didn't matter tonight. Let's see if I can pop. No, that's gonna do the inception thing. So, move from scene for now. Okay, there we go. Makes it a little bit better. Thanks for all the community. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. You guys are the community. It's not me. Do you prefer amp distortion or do you prefer overdrive distortion pedals into a clean amp? So I have typically always gone pedals. I just started kind of going a little bit with the tube distortion. Obviously, with the exception of the overdrive channels and the crunch channels on the Marshall DSL 40. To me, there is a difference, but the pedals just seem like it's easier. Like there's kind of a different feeling to it when you're playing, and it's the amps distortion compared to the pedals. But the pedals are just so much easier, especially because when you have so many different guitars, you have to dial the amp in to that individual guitar. Whereas most times with the pedal, all you got to do is just change the volume on the pedal itself. At least that's what I found so far. So, but and then Keith was asking. I can't make these things too big. Keith was asking. He's probably asked this before, but do you plan on doing a review on a guitar with P90s? I'd be interested in seeing like that, or even a semi-hollow. Funny you say that. I believe that there might be another scarred-ish type guitar that might be fitting the description of one of those. I actually did have the Epiphone Dot. That was like one of the first Patreon guitars or options for our Patreons to get. And I'm going to get rid of that for a little bit. So I've done the Epiphone Dot. As far as that, P90s, I have the. I've been working out the Sire that we'll eventually get to do a review of. I actually almost bought the Tele on the Firefly Tele. That has P90s on it, and it's also a semi-hollow, so I would have had two. So, thank you so much, man.
Tell me likey. Tell me what wingy.
There goes Roy using my credit card again. Yeah, so I almost thought about getting that to do. But might get a Tele someday with P90s anyway. But I wound up just pulling the trigger on a Firefly Strat because I wanted to get a Strat for if I ever do like pickup demos or anything like that. I wanted a bass model guitar to just be able to swap in and out stuff instead of swapping it in and out of a guitar that I want to keep, pretty much whole. So we got that. So, sorry, I digress. But we'll go back to your other question was regarding editing. Do you mix down a room mic with the 57 in your videos? Thanks. So yes, that's how I had done it all this time, and I'll kind of show you. The issue I have now is I have to. It's not too much of an issue, but I have to figure out whether I'm going to bother with it anymore, mixing it in or not, or um, hopefully I don't have any porn on here. But with the way I've done the setup, and I'm going to show you that recently just now, but I should show you too, if you are going to get into any type of editing where you're going to do a lot of funky stuff, it's a good idea to have a lot of stuff organized. And this desktop looks really clean right now. That's because I actually just took everything off the desktop and put it into this folder. So it used to be junk all over the place. So these are how many files were just on my screen about 10 minutes before the live stream. So obviously you don't know, I'm not organized. So, but a good idea is to have a folder like this for all of your videos. And some of you might have seen this. I might have done this on a members only video. But I have my A-roll, B-roll, screen recording, then I have audio. I was saving the individual file originally, but then I decided to not because this file structure is so big, and now especially the way I'm doing it, and I gotta try to see if Reaper makes smaller files. I'm not sure, but this is for the latest. I think there's about 3 videos on this one. And so I would have anything that this is voice. This is any music that I would use, and I really don't copy it on there because when I save it to my external drive, it takes up a lot of room if I'm always putting the same music files in over and over again. So if I ever do that, I just have to relink the music. But then you have sound effects and the guitar parts. So this is the issue that I'm running into, is that I have the Fender, the Marshall, the XLR's outs from the Line 6, not a big deal because they go right into the interface and you don't hear them. So when I have the Fender and the Marshall playing out loud at the same time, and I could turn them off, I guess, and then keep the room mic. But if you have seen recently, the audio's changed a little bit. I've been using a lapel mic, and I think I might go that route permanently. I think the audio sounds a little bit better. The room mic is far enough away that I think there's too much echo. I could put stuff up on the ceiling. I don't know how the wife would feel about that, but I would like to do it anyway, just for aesthetics and looks. But I think there's less echo from it. I got these cheap. They weren't a great deal. They're just a normal deal. Lapel mics from Amazon Day this week. So I've been trying them out. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm leaving the mic so you can kind of see it here, I think. The stand kind of in the middle over here. I'm leaving it there because Lakato is sending me wireless mic inputs, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to use that for that video, and I'm probably going to wind up selling that mic. And I think that is like a $1,200 mic. So I could actually sell that and pay off some credit card debt. So that was a long-winded. So I don't know. I may use this mic here that I have here and just extend it a little bit to kind of get some room sound in here or what. Not too sure. But it would be nice to have it be less intrusive and being always out in the middle of my room here of having the mic. But I will show you a little bit and just back into. I can't get back to there we go. Into the chat before we kind of go through. Oh man.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. So I'm going to show you like what I would do though, how to mix it. And unfortunately, the way this setup is, I don't think you'll hear any of the talking in the video or the guitar sounds in the video. So you'll just have to wait for that video to come up. Very nice. Yo, Steve, what's up, brother? Good to see you. As you all could tell, I'm 8 minutes behind in the chat, so. Yeah, sorry about that. I want to get to the first part too. So, I actually came up with one. How are you recording your deep dives with the multiple cameras? Are you into one program, or do you just combine everything in Final Cut Pro? I don't think I have a deep dive on the computer, do I? Let's see. This is called stuff. This obviously thing was so well thought out as far as the naming of this folder, but no, I don't think I have a deep dive on here. So basically the way I do the deep dive is oh, this is really annoying. Come on. Oh. Here we go. Yeah, so the way I do the deep dive is I'll film in the back behind me over here. And I'll do everything like that. And then I will take and set up I don't have it here. The folding tables on the other side is my attic. I'll take the folding table, put the folding table out, put a black drape over it. I'll take the camera that is in the tripod there, take the tripod and just put it right on top. And just because I have not been able to get enough free time yet to where's the I have the Sony ZVE 10, I think it is, the less expensive one. And a GoPro too, someday. So the concept of that is to always have that camera set up, so I don't have to change anything. The camera angles change, and I could have a shot like a Film Ignite shot on me while I'm talking, maybe, and then move the microphone, the iPhone over to a shot, and then would be able to also have the GoPro as a like close-up camera on things, so that I can get in there and show you the pots and things like that. And then also for regular demos, the idea was to have the GoPro as a second shot camera, get close up into the and have more angles. But it's been really trying to find the time of actually getting to do all that stuff. So, hey, Vinny's World, what's up, brother? Sorry if I didn't get to say hello to you before. But yeah, so all I do is just take it, drag it into there, and just cut it up, and I'll overlay it sometimes now to try to save time. Didn't know you're. Yeah, I mean, so first of all, I highly suggest Max A because their lifespan. Maybe the tech guys could refute it or whatever, but every Mac I've ever owned has lasted like ages, eons, and every laptop I've owned has been crapping out after 2 years. So if you are getting into this game, I highly recommend a Mac. And I guess it's better too for streaming if you were actually to play guitar on a stream, because it you can just plug and play and stream. But if you don't, then you check out the Ubi's JRig. Yeah, I actually should probably have, so like when I get done, I take them. I think the laptop is the best thing for me, because then I can go downstairs and I could still at least be on the couch with the missus, and then I can edit and take it with me. But it would be nice to have a better workhorse than this. But I think like this is already outdated, because I know when Trey's laptop crapped the bed, he was looking at laptops, and it's the same price as what I paid for this, but it's like three times the processing speed, I think. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if it's really worth saving this stuff. Like, I don't think I do good enough stuff that I'm gonna rehash like hash stuff. So, but I have a SSD 4 terabyte that is kind of getting close. I think it's almost to three, and I save all that stuff on every video I've ever made. And I don't know like what good it would be to, maybe if you ever had to like restart or something, but like I don't think I would ever. I don't think there's anything would have reused that I can't capture from just filming it. Which wait, he uses a Mac. I'm unsubscribing. I mean, I think you need it for just first of all, the you can get Final Cut Pro, I think, for Windows too, but yeah, Eddie Fisher, you're probably already gone, but appreciate you popping in, man. Hey, BCG 5150, sorry, must have been in the other one. So, hey, Jeremy, no worries, because the other one didn't work, so you're perfectly on time. The wireless DJI mics. Yeah, I mean, I think I might limp into something like that. I mean, with these, I think it sounded better so far, and I actually didn't even fool around with the preamps or anything in the Luna, the DAW yet. So like I could probably even make it sound even better, I think. But yeah, it's the newer. I think they were $45 on Prime. So I figured like even if they crap out after a year, I could still get another one. Noise canceling. Yeah, that's probably a benefit, but I'll show you in a little bit. So how I kind of get rid of that. I don't know if it's the same way you do it too. Um, Yeah, and the only problem is like I'm noticing is that you have to be mindful of where it is, you know, especially if your boobs stick out a lot. And it's now actually you have to be more mindful of talking and not like that's like a little that's ASMR for some people and totally screeching for other people, but when you're opening things that you have to stop talking or talk and open. So and that's probably just basic YouTube etiquette, but who said I was had any type of etiquette? um Thanks, Jeremy. I mean, so I feel like even if it's a slow progress, your channel should have some sort of progress. If you're doing the same thing for the same 3 years and it looks all the same, then like I feel like that some people might get like what are what's he doing? Like I feel like that you should want to make it better, the viewing experience for everybody. So Searching for editing. Yeah, that was a present from the wife. I might actually be moving that over to my base area. I'm even more behind the chat. No worries, man. And so it's the great thing is you go and just watch this on replay and just get to the parts where I talk about the actual editing part if you're actually interested in it. But well, I had a good cheeseburger today actually, and some really great wings. I'm kind of upset because I was hoping that there wasn't going to be a good wing spot around here. Thanks, man. Yeah, yeah, I'll knock it right over when I get up. So, hey, Dwight, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Faye's in the house. Hey, Malachi. Hey, TR. I don't know if I saw you before. Sorry about that, but yeah, I tell you, it's to me, it's yeah. So I still, so my father got a Mac like a couple years before he got sick. So he got sick 09, 08, 08. Um, and that Mac lasted till 2018, I think. Yeah, 10 years. That Mac was still going strong. The wife technically got divorced because I actually even forgot that it was even in the house. So, but my desk time is the last 10 to 12 years because I'm a miser. And yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. You have the technological know how. Cheap 6K camera can't afford those expensive. Oh, wow. I have a M3, and I guess I got the M3 right before the M4 came out. Because that's always what I do. I bought the iPhone 14 when the 16 was coming out, and I almost got the 16 when the 17 is coming out, but I guess that's coming out soon. So the guy talked me into waiting. You just switch. I hope that they still do, but every Mac I've ever had has been light years. Every laptop I've had has been no more than 2 years. It's almost like cell phones. The Macs, the laptops, the regular ones. I only yeah. I don't know. So like I save all of I'll call them stems, but I save all of my individual exported tracks from the the DAW, and it's actually now I'm thinking about it, I probably shouldn't do that, but the problem is that it's in the final edit. So if I wanted to change anything like that, it's probably better to have that instead of the big file. But I guess I could just that's probably the better way to do it. Actually, now thinking about it, is I could just redo them and just compile it if I needed to, and just. But yo, Seth, what's up? I thought that you could get Final Cut Pro. Oh, nice. Good to know. Yeah, right now I just use this AT2020, but I might even switch to that for the live streams too. But it helps everything. Yeah, I've seen some people clip them on hats, but I'm not. I used to be a hat person, more so when I was at work, so I didn't have to do my hair. But I don't like how it looks. Like it's kind of like you're watching a person with this thing on their head, and you're like female voice canceling headphones. Yeah. They clip loud if you talk. Oh, yeah. Well, I put it into the interface here, so I sit here and I get it. So just I hope I'm doing it right. Where if I talk loud, it goes in the yellow, but at most point it's around like I think 6. Went from the 6 to the 12. That was a must have been a huge jump. What happens if your YouTube gets hacked like Sean? I don't see honestly. It's I don't know how it would work because even if you re-upload your videos, I don't know if YouTube is just gonna like say you had 15,000 views and they're just gonna get that video 15,000 views. If not, people aren't gonna go back and watch the same video again after 4 years. Um, but I think if I was better and more consistent, it would be useful because if you did want to take footage from a previous video and use it again, but ultimately, I think for um, let's try for reloading, it's not beneficial, and hopefully I'll get to Keith's question soon, but I could show you why you don't even really if you wanted to make a short or something out of existing video, I could show you a program that you could use and actually how I rip some of you off. You need to explore. Oh, I didn't know. I thought they made it for Windows. Might be doing something a little bit later, so if you pop back in before the end, Ryan probably gonna end before 9, I think tonight. I don't know, but pop back in around like 8:30 or so. We'll see. Because it's just going to be a spinny wheel thing because it's not exclusive to Patreon, so it's not going to be. It's going to be that thing where you have to type in this stuff. So, yeah. So let me get back into this over here, and let's get into Final Cut Pro, so we can finally answer the second part of Keith's thing. So, a lot of this is probably. So you would start actually, let's do this. I don't want to start a new project in here. So I don't want to go over the hierarchy of all this stuff for people if they don't use Final Cut Pro. If you do, let me know after in the comment section and I can make some of this for you. But basically like a library is the overall file that you'll be working in here. So should have had probably this in here. So so we're just going to call this guitar. So you're going to get a little preview into hopefully something that I might have done by Friday. It's going to be the update on the mod guitar that we made. So to import all that stuff, where is that folder that I made? There it is. I didn't move the A roll in, so let me do that quick. Sorry. Fired. Let's see. There's the A roll. That's not it. That's the A roll, and this is why you need big drives too, because just the video itself is 8.5 gigs, and then each one of these is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So 14 gigs so far without even editing. Nope. I turned that. This was the worst idea ever. All right, so import media. So we're gonna go back. This is a long way to answer this question. So there's the image. There's the guitar. It's just sitting there. And then we're gonna go into the audio. Audio. Edited dialogue. And I'm just going to use the lapel. I was hoping that you would be able to hear the audio, but whatever this program is, it doesn't allow you to hear that, because I was going to show you the difference between the lapel and the room mic. So there we go. So now we do a new project. I'm just going to call it guitar. So you take all these, simply select them, and you do a synchronized clip. And this is the beauty of Final Cut Pro again, is that it takes everything and it will line up everything for you. So if you, and I realized that I don't have this on the big screen, so, but none of that was really important anyway, so. That was just me going around, so you got to see my big beautiful face while doing all that. So right now it is syncing up all that stuff. So when you, if you are, some of you probably, when you record, you do a clap, a spike, so that you could see that spike in your audio level, and then you could see the clap, and it, you take that and then you look at it and you line it up so that it gets your vocal. Well, you should still do that when you're doing this, because you can it helps the program here synchronize the clips. But now I've taken all of these here, and instead of, like, I would have to, if I did it manually, I would do this. And let's see, is this the, no, that's not the clap. Did I clap? Oh, you know what? I clapped off screen. So, and you really should do it on screen, because then you would have to take your audio, drag your audio here, then find out where and you wouldn't be, actually, I wouldn't be able to get it on this one. Because that would be an issue. See, so that's already a flaw right there. Whereas the synchronized clip will do that. But here's the lapel mic. So I would have to take this, line it up like that, and you could see it actually better if I make these things bigger. So you would have to do that. And it's pretty good, but you sometimes get a little, like, so right there, that's pretty spot on. It looks like most of it is probably hitting right, and you'd be fine with that. But it does, in the beginning, it was getting really a bit of a pain in the butt. So the synchronized clip here takes all of that and now puts all of your audio into this clip. And so this is finally answering Keith's question right here. So this is the top, the one with the picture is your camera audio. So if you plug this newer thing into there, that would be fine. But I take the transmitter and I take a 1/4 inch and I plug it into there. And it's audio, so it's not really huge that it has, I don't care, that I'm not singing for it, so it doesn't have to be spectacular. So that's just fine for it. So I would mute this anyway, and then I would use the lapel mic as my main audio. and you'll see in if I can get the video out before Friday on the was it the IK Rig Duo? I go back and forth between the microphone that I'm using for the room and the microphone from the what you call it, the IK Rig Duo. And the way you would just do that is you would just make breaks like this in your set. So let's say the top one is the room mic, is the IK Rig. I would leave it there for that. And then if we'll say this one here is the below that, the lapel mic. If I want to have the room now, I would just mute it like that. So you would get, and just mute this. So here I would have the room, or this would be the IK Rig, and then here would be the room, and you can toggle back and forth. So get rid of all those breaks. So now, finally, to Keith's question. So we mute that. So let's pretend the top waveform is the room mic instead of the lapel, because it's not going to work well with the lapel mic. But with the room mic, if I just wanted to have the Marshall like that, I would have the Marshall full, and I would take the room down a bit. Because you'll get too much string ringing out of it if you don't take this down too much. But then also, if you take it down too much, then you won't get. It sounds, to me, it sounds too produced. Like it's funny because even if I probably found a capture of the Marshall set up the same way and I dial it in, I still feel like that it would sound different mic up than if it was through a VST or something like that. It's just something, because it's probably because of my poor recording skills, or of dialing things in, that it sounds much better. But if you just feather this down a little bit, so that might be something. So you'll notice a difference in this next video, because everything is going to be strictly XLR is what you call it, is the helix left and right, and I got to figure out which one's left and right, and then you have the Marshall and the Fender. So when I this, the reason why it's great like this is that I could just if I wanted to take this section and so like how you saw the first time I did the swapping, basically playing the same thing over and over again on the same amps. All you did was just take this section here and copy it 4 times, or really just need 3 times, because the line 6 is the same. And actually, sorry, I gotta do that differently. Get out of the clip. So the biggest problem with is you don't want to edit inside the clip. You want to do everything outside the clip. So here, so this is guitar playing right here. We'll take this clip right here. We'll take that and copy it 3 times. And now, so if this, I'll rename this one just to make it easier. So we're going to make this one line 6, whatever. And then rename this one Marshall. Oh. Where is it? M for Marshall. There we go. I'm always used to using my trackpad, so that's why I'm trying to use the mouse over here. I should just do it that way. So, okay, so we got the line 6. So this is going to play the same thing, the same exact thing 3 times over and over again. So for the line 6, I would feather in some room mic, drop the Marshall, drop the Fender. Then for the Marshall, feather in the room mic, drop the line 6, and drop the Fender. Take the Fender, the room mic, and drop Marshall in there. And it's looking like, actually, for some reason, the levels got messed up in this one, so that's going to be a pain in the ass. Awesome. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't even check that. Those are, if you don't know, that's the mod guitar, and those are pearly gates in there. So it's a little bit hotter. So I don't know if I'll be able to recoup this. It looks like it clipped immensely. Let's see. It might be okay. Let's see. It's borderline. It got chopped at some points because I think this is a clean part, so that's clean. But anyway, so yeah, so that's how we do it on the old Final Cut Pro over there. Why is it not? That's the only thing I hate about it, is I got to click like twice to get to the internet. So, and hopefully you all have been entertaining yourself, because I'm sure this is not entertaining. But try to get back where it is in the chat, which was probably about half an hour ago. But sorry if I miss anybody's questions, if you repeat it again. But I think at the point where I was before, I had my PC for 10 years, just bought a new one. The Macs are cheaper than... Macs definitely have dropped in prices, but every time a new one comes out, I think that's when they really drop. Roy uses mimeograph paper. Tony, I just built that into my new YouTube live stream. Launching a second channel. I just seen Dylan. He's always had a second channel, but he's like using that to react to his comments. I went too far in the chat because I'm back up. So, but. I'll give you 1/3 of my guitar collection for private lessons. Yeah, I will. I'll teach you everything I know about editing, and it's nothing. But yeah, deal. Yeah, so that is definitely key. And I'll get into some easy things too in a little bit, because there's a lot of free plugins. I don't know which free plugins I have that are free that I pay for. But there's so much stuff that what you call it, you can get out there, and all you have to do is just search for go on YouTube, search free plugins, and oh, ooh, man, it's no worries. So much. I know. 13 minutes ago, but I appreciate that, man. Nope, this is the same room. I just I think I just changed the angle that I was streaming at from. Uh, um, I don't know if I have that.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry.
There you go. I thought I had the other one about the newt, but see, I'm easily distracted. So, um, was the knowing? Oh yeah, if you check out the latest video on the Texas Toast guitar, I did it for a couple of seconds. I go into a mixer that goes to my iRig too, into my phone. That's on mic, right? Yeah, it is actually, but I noticed that at least the software I use, the iRig goes into it, but I can't separate the audio from the vocal um, and the guitar. But it records it left and right. So for post, and that'll actually be in this video coming up, is the I had to take an app into it and actually take it from mono into stereo, so it doubled up what I was playing. Because if not, then you only had it coming out of whichever speaker. I think it was the right speaker. So. I recorded video with 3 or 4 cameras and Final Cut. It worked great synchronizing. Yeah, the collab that I did with Scott Wharton, Guitarnivore. That was all his footage from his place. I brought it back and I used the synchronization thing, and I would just so like how everyone saw the screen before, you would see 3 or 4 cameras, and I would cut them, and then when I wanted to go to the one angle, I would disable the other 2 views, and that's how. If you go check out that video, that's how that's done. But so honestly, like, you guys might think I'm sure you don't think I'm smart. And I'm definitely not a good guitar player, but that's all Final Cut Pro is, makes me look like I'm a decent guitar player, or okay guitar player, and a really good editor. If I can do this with that, then all you smart people in here absolutely 100% can. I know it may look like it's tough, but I'll show you the simpler thing, some simpler things, hopefully that now maybe I'll revisit this again too in a couple months if people want to like actually submit things. Yeah, I know it's definitely bringing back things for me too. I'm just trying to speed along. Hopefully, a second channel for me. No, there's no way, man. I don't know how you one channel with your speed, man. God, I love your live streams though, but you do a lot of work. I don't know how you do it. It's very impressive. If you guys haven't gone to Avery's channel, you definitely have to go check that out. Send me an invite to it. Oh, I thought you meant like my server, like my computer server. You already hacked me, so the Discord. I could send that to you. I thought you just didn't want to hang out with us. Who you called? So, all right. So, let's jump. Make the screen bigger again. So let's see. So some of the plugin stuff that's let me see if I can. So a lot of the titles that pop up, those are free in Final Cut Pro. So I mean that when you think about it, what you're paying for, you're paying $2.99. First of all, definitely get a tax accountant because if you have a channel, even as small as it is, you can deduct the stuff. So, also, quick little tax tip: if you ever going out and let's say you're going by a music store, go buy a pack of strings, save the receipt, and now you're able to deduct your mileage for a business expense. So, but check with your tax accountant just to be sure on that. But that's what mine told me to do. So anytime I go anywhere, I buy a pack of strings now. So I don't change it on my guitars. I just buy a pack of strings now. So here's the titles. I digress. And this is all you do is just drop and drag it. Could you guys hear that guitar playing? I don't think you can, but that'd be cool if you could, because that would have made things a lot easier to understand. But yeah, you just throw it on top like that, and then you could change the font to whatever you want. There's so many fonts out there. You could download fonts. Just look for free font generator, and you can put it up there. And it has all these different ones where it just comes flying in, it rotates in, things like that. It even has some of this cinematic title stuff that you could adjust and put on there. I'm not going to go into adjustment layers. That's a big thing, but you'll see sometimes where I just put in like neck position down now. That's just a lower third. And sorry if you can hear that because it's going to be playing a lot like that. So, but you can just change that to neck, whatever. This is actually from Envato Elements, which is a paid platform too. But there's so much stuff on there, and I haven't even really dabbled into it. But you just drop it down like this. You go in here, click on that. Trying to do this and look past the mic. That's definitely, I should definitely use the so that's from Envato Elements, and it does it all like that for you. So if you think I did that on my own, that was just a simple thing that I downloaded. So again, a lot of those, it's pricey, so if you don't need them, then, but so like something like that you could use. I don't know how they copyright strike you if you were to use it a year from now, if you got rid of it, but here's some more floating in titles. I think this Bread Effect stuff was, I think it was free, but don't quote me on it. But this is how I've done the reflecting before. Just take it, drop it down on top of here, like that, and then you just do the global position, move it over, and that does it all for you. I'm going to mute this in case you guys are getting the guitar sound because you're hearing really, really bad Mississippi Queen, if you can call it that. And that's what that does. To disable, you just hit V and gets rid of it. So if you want to see how it looks without it, You've seen the price tags drop before. Oop. On some of the videos. That's why I say this is it. I'm revealing that I'm a fraud. I am not an editor whatsoever. Speech bubble. Move it up like that. There you go. Type in whatever you want. This was the Star Tyler you saw on the first time I ever tried digitals. And this stuff is actually, I believe this is comes with. Final Cut Pro right here. I don't think that was a paid option. This overlay stuff right here. This is all here. Captionator I don't think really works. This stuff, this was, I believe this was is part of Final Cut Pro 2. You guys saw this from the last video. That was not me. I did not do that. So, So this was paid. Those arrows. This is actually from a guy, Serge M. I highly recommend if you are going to get into Final Cut Pro, check out Serge M, Dylan Bates, and the other Dylan. Either one of them, Final Cut Bro, are great. They give great tutorials. It's probably would take me too long to go over, but if you've seen the Texas Toast guitar video where I open up the case, I did that. That was like layering and the whole thing with just making a spotlight, and I learned that from them. But they do some crazy stuff. Trying to see if there's this Matrix stuff. This was a paid. I haven't used it too much, but this was a paid plugin. But you could probably find ones that are for free. But it's all just dropping that stuff down. You see this stuff all the time. This was paid, but I think this is probably a good package for. I got it like half off because now, of course, there's an MTuber 4, I think. But this is where you get all that stuff. The drop the like button. And it has your. This thing's bogging down. Hopefully that crappy audio isn't backing down, but it has all your icons and stuff like that. This is where I do the yeah, see, this I think this is why my computer was crashing. I knew I was going to do something, or why the stream was crashing before, because it knew I was going to do some heavy stuff. But yeah, you've seen this thing in the lower corner. It comes up. Have you seen? They call it traditions over here. These were, I think, free. Where it does that stuff. These are all free. So that's how that stuff is done. You just put a cut into it, and so. I'm trying to see if there's anything here that was. These are free. These come with Final Cut Pro. Yeah, so there's that. Let's see. So if you've seen at the end of one of the videos recently, where it looked like it was a camera. I didn't own that camera. What I did was, sorry, Robbie, I'm gonna get rid of that. Canva, and again, so I think Canva is probably one of the primary things you should get because your thumbnails are huge. So I think this is the best subscription out of all of it because you could do so much with stuff with this. But so the camera, the way I got that was, let's look for camera. Just look for something like that. Let's see. I don't. Actually, did I not use it? If I didn't use it too long ago, it'll be in my recents. Oh, actually, remember this from the, we can just use this. This from the Joyo video, Joyo amp. So if you haven't seen that one, go check that one out. So you do this. Get back. This. That. Green. Sorry. Download. There you go. Download. All right. So file, import, media. We're gonna go to downloads and there we go. So this is the same way I did it with that camera because I don't own that camera. So yeah, let's get a part right here. We'll just break that. Untitled design, drag it in here like that, and let's take this, put it there. So that actually you can do it the other way, maybe, so it's not as confusing. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Sometimes for when you get as like crazy as I do, you'd want to do it the other way. But so it puts it on top like that. You go back to your green screen keyer here. Take it, drag it, drop it in there. And now you have myself in there, and you could just scale it like that, however you want to do it. And that's how you get nice clean effect like that. So I'm going to delete all this stuff, all that rush. So this last one, hopefully, I think it's probably going to take us to the time. I'm going to go too late and bore all of you peoples out there. I'm going to get back in the chat too. Content created. That's it. Okay, so mind the mess over here. But this one's actually something that you could do without actual green screen. So the key to this is, and you're going to see over here, that it will be a little, possibly a little sloppy right here because you see shadow, but you really need to control the light in your room. And it gets a little you kind of have to work out the timing sometimes, and it's a lot more advanced stuff that I could show if anybody does want to start dabbling in this. But so controlling the lighting in the room is crucial, and trying not to block things. And hopefully I don't destroy the helix over here. But so I filmed this entire thing in about 45 seconds, I think it was. And you take whatever action you want on the one side and the other action on the other side. If you ever do dialogue, you kind of want to have like the dialogue kind of pre-planned so that you know what somebody's saying, so you could pause and then talk again. And so you almost have to like talk to yourself while you're doing the dialogue. So we have this right here, and we want to take the top one, since I'm on the other side, and you're just going to cut right. And you want to look for this one. It's kind of tough because if I wasn't doing this stupid thing that you're about to see, it really wouldn't matter so much. But if you can, you want to plan things where it's nothing happens in that middle right there, and that shows you why the lighting is key. But you could actually even probably mess around a little bit with that by, let's see, yeah, you could sit here for forever and try to like adjust the color wheels on that thing, but yeah, so yeah, so I didn't time it too well, but you know, but that's kind of what the split screen stuff is. And then here's was going to be the part you wouldn't be able to hear. It was going to say sweep the leg, honey. But I put this part in here because I'm going to show you the magnetic mask thing and how you can edit things out, crop people out. And you don't want to do it for like entire lengths of videos because it is obviously going to do this right now. So you sit here and you can use these add and minus buttons, and the minus button here will take out anything that you don't want. So it looks like it's a pretty good job of getting. The good thing about this is that you don't need a, and I probably should just cut there at the end, but so this is why the magnetic mask is awesome, because you have that. And I could have done
sweep the leg, Johnny.
yeah, so that's why magnetic mask is so awesome. You just have to have good lighting. You don't want to have a background that is too close to the tones that you are. You could actually do the magnetic background on a green screen, and probably will actually remove it better than a green screen. So Um, that's next week's or future video coming up. That was YouTube's dying. Yeah, so here was the camera, and that's all I did was take a stock photo, take a green square, you can see it here at the bottom, a green square like that, and then I just used the green screen keyer on it. You've probably seen in videos too, or a video a while ago where I was like closing scene and there was like 3 different screens and I was on it. That's the same way I did that. And this is the IK Rig Duo video. And this is we're gonna be setting this to Randall do a review on, but how you get that overlay stuff, this is really simple right here. This is how I do that news thing. All you do is just go into Canva. And let me see if I have it still made. Oh, so I don't have it anymore. So let's see if I can make something real quick. So all that was just taking this, putting this down here, rounding out the corners to make it more of a circle, getting it down like that. Oh, Ubi too, if you're still here, sorry, I forgot to mention before. I clicked on the other link. I was looking for stuff like this for the video. The I think the fourth, not the fourth wall, the JRig link or the website is down. I should have mentioned that before. Sorry, this just reminded me. So, ran out the corners. And this, I normally don't do it this fast. The only reason why I'm doing it this fast right now is because I already did it, so I have an idea of what I was doing. And yeah, so and then you would just go up here to share and download, and then you have here transparent background, and that makes anything white not there. So when you upload it, it's there. And yeah, so that's that. And the other reason why it's totally awesome for not the JRig, the JRig is awesome, but the reason why Canva is worth its weight in gold, if you haven't seen in my Texas Toast luthier guitar thing, whatever you want to call it, how you can do really cool stuff is background remover, Canva, and that's how I took his Avery's Saturday night stream thing and put him on there like that. So yeah, the only other thing I want to show you guys that you might want is not this is for everybody to use, is this company called SetApp is super cheap. For you can get all this stuff, I think, for like $10 a month. But if you ever seen where I'm using like clips from videos, some of your videos, sorry, there's a screen recorder on here, and it makes it so easy to use, and called CleanShot, and it just I don't know how it works on Windows. I don't know if it does work on Windows or not, but you just hit record screen, that, and then you just record the video, and it'll record whatever you want. So that's actually sometimes instead of I'm too lazy to go back into my external drive over here, and I'll just go to one of my videos and just screen capture it and then make a video out of it. So let me try it back 31 minutes ago. Oof. Let's see. Hopefully there are too many questions. Do the blue blob voice changer. The voice changer. Any voices actually are mine. Oh, I hear the ringing again. I didn't hear it before. Try to get down to. Yo, Ted's in. What's up, brother? Good to see you. The Glade plugin, yeah. I'm sorry if I'm speeding past anybody's. Oh, you can hear. Oh man, I wish I would have knew that sooner. Ah, I would have showed you how to duck the audio, but basically you just fade down the audio that you don't want, and then you get the Marshall, you get the Fender. Nice, very nice. Spam, spam, spam. Sean, what's up, brother? Good to see you. That's usually with the off the rails part. I mean, nice. I saw that. Congratulations. Hopefully she loves it. Awesome to see what you do to it. We're not talking about Monty Python. We're talking Piranha Brothers. Oh, you know what? Too. Mark it in your calendar. It'd be nice if I had the date. Let me check real quick. I think it's a much better stream than this one. Dr. Scientist is going to have a live stream Saturday, July 26th, 5 p.m. Pacific. So that's 8 Eastern Standard Time. They're going to be playing Soda Drinker Pro, and they'll be sampling some pop from around the world, and possibly showing off one of the new. It's called a Reverberator box. Great guys, really. They're just fun. The stream is play like a video game. They just chat with everybody, so it'll be much more entertaining than this. So I'll leave. I'll do like a post and stuff like that. And that's next. So we'll talk about it before in the next stream too. So I'll have a link in it for the next stream too. But great guys. Just trying to make sure that nobody actually had some. And if you guys ever have any questions about how I do stuff, let me know. I'll make a video on it separately instead of doing this. Well, I mean, a lot of videos were actually even made on Macs, like movies, but thanks, man. I appreciate it. And like I said, I don't pigeonhole anything. If you ever want to ask how I do anything, just shoot me an email. If you want to do something and I don't know how to do it, I could probably try to figure it out. But I've been watching like videos lately of like people like zooming in on eyes, and then the whatever the action on the next side is like in the eye, and then you like come through. So I can make her a probably much better edited video than I can about guitar. So, but Jim, thank you so much, man.
Holy Santa Claus shit.
Yeah, that's true. Dreamweaver, yeah. Vista Create's another good one too. Vista Create, I think, actually has. I thought Canva was better for graphic wise. Some of it is. I think Vista Create has more outside, like photographs and stuff like that. I found actually more like diagrams of pentatonic scales on there than there's nothing I think on Canva, but the Canva screen background remover and then making a sticker around it, like that's how you see, like if you see Anderton videos where, or the thumbnail where Lee is surrounded in white, they do that. They remove the background and then put a white border around him. Thank you, Roy, so much.
The Force will be with you, always.
Alan Sandu, Stephen Newland, Lucius de Morte, Peter Brokas, Burnt Relic, Malachi, Metal Guru, Michael Kraus, Sean Hockey, Dwight Bailey, Tim Pierce, Spaceship Cockpit. Yo, Ryan, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Hi, TR, man. Sorry, missed out. Was just about to get to you know what. Hey, J man, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Appreciate you popping in. Hopefully, this wasn't too crazy for people. You could always go back and watch it again too. If you think about something and you want, I totally could make a video for. I mean, I can't make videos for my channel, let alone, but I could make videos for this. But is it safe to use a hammer on fret wires? My house studio does, so I think so. But I'm not. That's definitely above for you for your show, Nino. Not really. That's. Yo.
Tell me likey. Tell me what wingy.
Gotcha. Now I understand. Thank you, man, so much. All right, so for all of you that actually hung in all the way, I wound up losing the connection to let me get it because some of you might not even remember it, might not have seen it. So it's by no means stock. It actually was, for purposes, was to highlight the original swimming pool route of this thing. I was going to donate it to a after school program, but I don't know. They kind of just, I guess probably because the school's out. I didn't really think about it that way, but it actually probably I don't know if it really actually needs any work. I really don't even have time to look at it, but so there was a shim in it when it had the original neck on it, and then I swapped out the other one because the other one had a nicer grain to it, and I liked it. But the necks between this and the other model are definitely not the same. So it probably needs somebody that knows a little bit to do something with it. Because I don't know if you could see it in the camera. Let's see. Yeah. So it's reversed. So obviously this neck, which was great, it wound up working out for me because, sorry for whoever gets this, but the other neck was fit in like really nice and snug into the pocket. So like it feels like an awesome connection. It'll probably crack in a year and it'll probably be, but so this, you could see that there is quite the gap there all around. So the necks from each model, the newer models, I guess, are smaller. And I don't think it needs the shim, but the shim's in there anyway. So I'd much rather send it off to somebody else. So, but I didn't do this. Apologize to any of the Patreon members that are in the guitar tier, because I feel like this is more possibly of a project guitar than it is actually something that you would want to win. So I didn't know. So hopefully some of you are here, but we're gonna do it the spinny thingy here way. That's our last winner. Reset. And I think it's either hashtag SFT or SFT. So try doing both. Oh, wait. There we go. Yep. So looks like it's hashtag SFT. And seeing names rolling in. So open to anybody in North America. That's the way guitars always work. If you really do want to enter and you're from across the seas, across the pond, definitely gonna have to pay the shipping. But to be honest with you, you probably find a guitar just like across the pond. Keys unsubbing after the drawing, so. So I don't think I have any wax paper to wrap in this, so I'm just going to take old plain paper and wrap it around to protect the frets. So, yeah, I mean, everything else looks like it's straight on. The strings are evenly spaced from both sides, the low E and the high E. It's just that the neck has a gap on the lower horn side, and you can see that the rest of it, like I said, it probably doesn't need the shim. I don't have the original pickups. These are just one of those inexpensive ones that you get for off of the Zon, as Ted says it. It was really just to show you that in the swimming pool route you could fit dual humbuckers in a mini size humbucker or a single coil size humbucker with these are all coil splits, and I believe This was to add the bridge into any position. So you have so much tonal stuff going on here. So I'll give it a couple more seconds. Whoever does win, you just got to email me because I don't have your email like we do it the traditional way. And yeah. Before we depart tonight, it's not even an awesome video. It's just the second part of the Joyo sent me 2 amps, so I was obligated to make the video. Hopefully it starts from a long working relationship with them, but at 9 o'clock there will be, I didn't do it as a premiere because it's not long. It's on this thing. It's not a bad little backup to a practice thing. I'm actually going to use it downstairs instead of having my audio interface down there. So I think we got everybody probably rolling here. And good luck. Everybody in that wants to be in from North America. I can't respin this too, so make sure you're in it to win it. I think that's probably everybody. And see, where you mean to get in? If you just type in hashtag WSFT, I mean hashtag SFT, you can get in. Ryan, I don't know, I haven't seen your name yet, but it's the pound side SFT. So I see Ryan Hall, 10-2, 2 yards. Malachi, Robert, Paxson, David, CD Nelson, Sean plays guitar, strings and pucks, Scuttle Productions, Muddy H2O, Jeff K, Tyler Durden, 3J Music, Ted Talks Guitars and Life, Jay Guitars, Ryan YT, Casey Lee, Steve Gunner, BCG 5150, Birdman 316, Quad Dog 77, Robert Cron, Timothy Richards, Steve Reeser, Time Surfing Alien, Mark Spurgeon, Roy Gaber, Ryan Hall. There's Warheart Arts, awesome. For the Love of Guitars, Keith, Metal Guru, Jimmy Biter, Tooth. So I think it's going back through now. Malachi Samuel. Yep. I think we got everybody. Did anybody not see their name? If it haven't, pound. That sounds really bad. Hashtag SFT. But I think everybody's in. We also got 9 o'clock is Under the Bus Network, and then 10 o'clock is the Bald Shredder. Want to check them out? I think I've seen everybody's name. So I'm just trying to there. There we go. Yep, I think I've seen everybody. We'll try to get this out tomorrow. Muddy H2O. Congratulations. Oh yeah, the bolt shredder I believe is off this. Forgot from his. Yeah, so the only thing out is the under the best bus network if you want. It's happening right now. So congratulations, Muddy H2O. Shoot me an email and try to get this out to you tomorrow. Appreciate all of you hanging in for the off the rails. Let me know in the comments after this video if you like that type of stuff, or if you want to just knock this shit off and just do the raw stuff. But yeah, next Wednesday we'll be showing off the Green Reaper. That is going to be the new super chat, super thanks, whatever guitar. I think after tonight we're done with the West Creek. I think it added up to the $81 that we needed. So. Yeah. Appreciate all you guys popping in and listening to this beat. And again, if you ever need any help with anything, editing wise, I can't help you guitar wise, but editing. Oh, it's awesome, man. It's really cool. Yeah, I mean, it might just be a factor of just taking out the shim. It's just like the neck pocket is just a little, the neck's a little bit smaller on this one. So, but you guys are awesome. See you next time.